We're at the entrance of the 𝐼𝐻𝐾𝐲 State Park. This is your main entrance in and out, vehicle-wise. This is where everybody comes, parks their bikes or their horse to ride the trails and all. And the location of Brian's vehicle was basically across from that oak tree right here on our left is where he had his vehicle parked, to our best of our knowledge. When it rains, it all comes up from 𝐼𝐻𝐾𝐲 City, 𝐼𝐻𝐾𝐲 River on down and flows this direction. And that side stays a lot wetter until we get it over here. This is what you would find in that 25,000 acres of the Carlton Reserve, except for a few high spots where the power lines are and a couple roads they have in there. And even the couple roads they have in there are massively underwet, just totally underwater. There's no surviving out here. I don't know how to say. I ride ranches. I'm out on horses all day with the dogs when we're working cattle. We've got water to us in our saddle bags and all, but we're out here, out there riding for 12, 13 hours a day, starting at daylight. Time we get in at night, I don't see anybody can make it out here for 10 days, 5 days. There's no water supply. There's no fresh springs. There's no stores available, you know, unless you go 12 miles either direction. There's just no possible way. No possible way. The mosquitoes would carry you off in the first night. If you can imagine how wet this is, imagine how wet that is. Well, I've been here most of my life. I've worked these lands since I was 15 years old. I used to run a ranch in Frostproof, 20,000 acres when I was younger. And I have my own places and cattle and stuff, so I've been in the woods in and out all my life. I'm no bounty hunter, I'm no tracker, but I have helped them look for things that have been missing a few times. And they did ask me a couple questions about the area over here, because here a while back I had some cattle get out and I had to go find them, and the land was very wet like it is now, just as very wet. And when we were back there, so what we did is we ran up along the creek on the high bank where we could with our horses, and we looked for areas that were dry, because of course any animal or human is going to go look for a dry spot before they stay in a wet spot. I've seen them go in and come out on these ATVs muddy from daylight to dark, eaten up by mosquitoes. They have been working their butts off to do everything they can to look for Brian. You know, in my understanding, they just, I mean, I see them out there, I see them come in, you know, they're wearing full gear in this heat and humidity, and, you know, I can't appreciate it enough of what they're doing for us. This terrain here is 90% underwater. There's no place habitable. I mean, you know, if he packed a backpack for a couple days, yeah, but, you know, unless he's got hide like a gator, there's no, and nobody's going to survive with the mosquitoes and the bugs and this and that. And then we have the theory of people saying, oh, the gators have eaten him or something like that. You know, again, gators out here are more afraid of you than you are of them. You walk up on a gator 90% of the time, boom, they tell it and go the other way. Anything dead you find in the woods, you're going to look up, you're going to see buzzards flying like crazy. I've been on a horse, I've been in a car, and have seen buzzards down the road, 50 to 100 of them, pull up on them, and it's nothing but a squirrel. So, you know, you have a dead body out here, yeah, that is decomposing everything, and rigor mortis set in, you are going to see buzzards on it. You are going to see buzzards on it. There's plenty of people that know a lot more than I do, but I have learned a lot in my life, and one thing I know is nobody's going to survive over there for 2 weeks on foot. My mind, I would have been talking to everybody trying to find my children. There's no way I couldn't imagine losing a child. I couldn't imagine having a child missing like this. I would go nuts. I wouldn't be out mowing my yard, I can promise you that. That's the last place you'd see me. I'd be out there right now looking for him, if that's where I thought he was.